To weather now. The storm that brought all the flooding to North Carolina yesterday, it hit right at the peak of hurricane season. And Kat, last month, we talked a lot about how a storm system now could actually benefit us in the future. I want to play a quick clip from that conversation.
Okay.
These storms are inevitable. If we were to get one, you're saying that now would kind of be the time.
I'd rather have one now in the next couple of weeks than 3, 4, 5 weeks from now. And this is why. You can see where we've got the blue, the lighter shades of orange. Earlier in the season, it was very, very warm ocean water. But we had Debbie, we had Ernesto, and that brought some of the cooler water up to the surface. If we can keep that cooler water momentum going, that's good news for us.
So how does yesterday's storm, with that in mind, how does yesterday's storm play into all of this? Are we actually maybe going to see a calmer rest of the hurricane season?
Well, yesterday's storm, I have to wonder with that one if some of the water temperatures that weren't quite as warm helped to keep it from actually becoming a tropical storm in the first place. But since it wasn't a tropical storm, we didn't have that deep upwelling where you pull all that cooler ocean water to the top of the surface. So sea surface temperatures, even just off the Outer Banks, are still in the mid 80s. So I don't think that we have that protection offshore like we saw before. We had blue on the map last time I showed this map here. Still in the oranges there, not too bad. So it's something we'll watch moving forward. But what we can see this time of year is these systems that pop up a little bit closer to the Gulf of Mexico. So that's going to be the next thing that we're going to be watching here in the coming days. And that's not likely to happen, if it happens at all, until we get into next week. But this is an early heads up that it's looking more likely that we see something develop closer just south of Cuba, and that could potentially make its way toward the Gulf of Mexico by the end of next week. So that's the next place to watch. You can see these Gulf systems either come our way or bring some remnant rain this time of year and when we get into October. We don't need any more rain. It's already been the third wettest year to date on record at RDU Airport. For the month so far, over 3 inches above normal. For the year so far, over 9 inches above normal. Pretty remarkable rainfall totals for a state that had decent drought across the area to start the summer.